What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I got a special one for you guys today. We're going to be going over JP Morgan and the CEO situation that happened during the town hall meeting. But let's get right into it, guys, because this CEO is ridiculous, okay? If you guys don't know already, JP Morgan has been doing a bunch of layoffs. And not only that, but their CEO, Jamie Dimon, who owns the world's biggest bank, or I guess the biggest bank in the United States, he went off during a town meeting. Now we're going to go over his quotes, but I want to give a little bit of background about JP Morgan if you guys don't know. So let's take a look real quick at this breakdown. So here's the situation. And before I get into it, a lot of companies, right, were saying, hey guys, you have to work from home because of the pandemic and that whole situation. But now it's the opposite trend of, you have to go into the office. And this is coming from who? The higher ups, right? Now, if people have their own opinions about return to office, working in the office is better for me, and I think this is why other people should do it, they're entitled to their opinion. However, people are also entitled to let you know how they operate and how, hey, we've been working like this for years now. I've been remote for 5 years now, 5+ years. And honestly, I have my own opinions about it, but I want to read off, how JP Morgan and Jamie Dimon feel. But let's go over some of these stats real quick. So, the bank started notifying employees about job cuts, which are part of a series of downsizing efforts throughout 2025. Less than 1,000 employees are expected to be laid off in February of 2025. Further cuts are planned for mid March, May, June, August, and September. The current workforce reductions affect less than 0.3% of JP Morgan's total workforce, so not too bad, I guess, but 1,000 jobs, it's 1,000 people right there, which stood out at 317,233 employees at the end of 2024. So let's look at their stock performance, because this is something that I want to, key in right here. So their latest stock price was $276.59. The all-time high closing price was $276.90. So very close to that. And that was February 6th of 2025. The stock has experienced a 14.91% annual increase in 2025 so far. Over the past year, JP Morgan's stock prices ranged from a low of 178 to a high of 278. So let's put it all together real quick. So the stock performance is doing the best in years. You saw that annual increase, but yet we're still laying people off. So that doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Now, this guy, Jamie Dimon, owns the United States' biggest bank. Okay. You're making, record profits and you're laying people off. And now on top of that, you had the audacity. Oh, let's get into the quotables right now. Let's just get into it, guys. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it. So here are here's a summary of all the quotes from this town hall meeting. I don't know if you guys have ever been a part of one, but usually they're pretty professional and they're pretty important because, yeah, like you can know as an employee, like, hey, I might be getting laid off in this situation, or if you really care about the company's performance, I guess. But that's really the only reason why I listen, honestly speaking. But let's just read off some of these quotables real quick. So, number one, he said it simply doesn't work, remote work, and it doesn't work for creativity. It slows down decision making. You know what? You're entitled to your opinion. If that's how you feel, I guess. My opinion on this is that it actually doesn't if you're an experienced worker. When you invest in yourself and you have a creative space like how I've done, you can be more creative working from home than in an office, a dull, boring office with coworkers who are breathing down your back, playing politics, and don't even care if you're getting the work done or not. They just want to see like their team look good or their certain reporting look good. They don't care about your actual performance half the time. I mean, some companies nowadays companies do care about performance, but because they'll squeeze everything out of you, but it's mainly politics to make the team look good, in my opinion. Let's go to number two. Don't give me this shit. Oh, we're cursing now. Don't give me this shit that work from home Friday works. I call a lot of people on Fridays and there's not a goddamn person you can get a hold of. Okay. So you obviously don't have a good synergy with your team, because even as a remote worker, I've been able to be on call and answer my supervisors whenever they needed me, or my fellow team members. So it all depends on the synergy and if we're connected as a team. So it doesn't sound like your communication skills are very great at all, because you don't know how to connect with people even in person, it seems like. So if you were able to learn how to communicate with people, you wouldn't have that issue. Number 3, don't waste time on it. I don't care how many people signed that fucking petition. So I didn't get into this, but internally, about 1,200 employees signed a petition. Now, and he even said this somewhere in the quotes, but this is a free country, so they're allowed to do that. Okay. And he's allowed to respond. But again, how is he responding? This is the leader of the world's biggest bank, or the United States' biggest bank. And this is how he's acting, like a child. So I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't want to work here just strictly off of the town hall meeting quotes. Number 4, this young generation is suffering because of this. It may not apply to your specific team, but they are being overlooked. They are being left behind in terms of social interactions, ideas, and networking. Now, I will say I somewhat agree with this. I actually don't think that younger, fresh college grads should be working from home right away. I think they should have a little bit of experience in the field like I did, but I only worked in the office for 6 months. But, I'm built different. You know what I'm saying? But, I can understand how he feels with this point. However, it depends on how you facilitate this. And also, you can implement hybrid working, but I didn't even get into that, but he got rid of the hybrid model. So the issue is not that, you know, if you want people to be in the office, right? I get that, but you have to work hybrid in the situation. You have to slowly get people to get back into the office and be comfortable. You can't just force it down their throats. And then acting like this on top of that, I mean, how do you think people are going to respond? You're talking to people like they're animals, and we're literally humans. Like, you should have respect for people too, even if they're underneath you. But CEOs like this, you see the trend. Old CEOs like this, they don't care. They just say it how it is. But the way we respond, the younger generation, I mean, I hope people don't work for his company. I hope it goes down the drain. Let's get into it though. Number 5, we could be far more efficient, and we should always be thinking that way. That's not to torture our people. I want you to have a great life. I don't want you to overwork. Bullshit. Bullshit, 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 bullshit. Coming from a corporate CEO, stop it. Number 6, attrition is your friend. If you have jobs that's going to replace you, we could we could retrain and reskill and redeploy people. Okay, I guess that's good, with the AI stuff going on, but still doesn't excuse the words that you said previously. Number 7, that the ones that are not here full time. No, I'm being quite serious. It's the ones who aren't here that are meeting less people, learning less, being challenged, not being put on the same amount of teams because they're not here, and that's what I'm talking about. So again, you are the CEO of a huge company. It's going to be difficult to account for every single employee coming into the office, but how are you doing it? How are you going about it? So again, that's for the CEO to reflect on. And number 8, there's zero chance managers will be allowed to determine in-office requirements. The abuse that took place is extraordinary. So again, hold up. Zero chance managers will be allowed to determine in-office requirements. So you don't trust the managers to manage their team. Just why?